mostly said and done in this event.
It's
And
mortifying, but it's like a relatable kind of mortifying, hopefully.
yeah.
Hopefully.
And when we were practicing, we were hoping for a few giggles and cringes. We'll see if that actually turns out that way.
I will certainly be cringing. We'll see if the giggles happen. We'll see if that happens.
And also, honestly, I'm a little intimidated here because there's so many great poets here and artists,
Yeah.
and this is not poetic. This is just a narrative.
Right.
I can tell a story a little bit, but I don't have the same
The whole
verve that you all have.
pushing boundaries of gender and genre is what we're doing here, so
That I
it's
can do.
A-okay. All right.
All right. The period piece.
Oh, God.
Having daughters has been, like Paul, a wonderful blessing to me. I was raised by a single mother who taught me what a strong, independent woman looked and acted like.
My father may have thought he was nonchalant about the whole thing, but he was a sisterhood supporter to the point of embarrassment. I'm talking a regular Gloria Steinem or a Simone de Beauvoir, if you will.
Honestly, I never thought about being a feminist or raising feminists. I just focused on the single most important role in my life, being a father, raising strong, independent people, and taking a keen interest in their lives.
There is nothing a 15-year-old wants less than for her father to take a keen interest in her first period. But when mine came for the first time, my dad was over the moon.
When the chance came to help my child enter the hallowed halls of womanhood, I jumped at the exciting possibilities. I had just spent a few years in the Kootenays surrounded by wonderful, earthy women. I knew exactly what to do, and I knew what to call it. A menarche party!
I, like any 15-year-old, declined the public announcement of my bodily changes. However, when it came time to pick up my first feminine hygiene product, my dad was in the car faster than a suffragette to the polls.
Normally, I would have gotten pads. But we were going to a friend's house, and they had a hot tub, and Miranda really wanted to soak. I'd seen enough Kathy Rigby commercials to know that just because you're having your period doesn't mean you have to stop your life.
He handed me the box and said,
If you need any help, just holler.
"Thanks, Dad." I was not going to take him up on that offer.
Oh, we'll see.
I opened the box and extracted the long, thin cylinder. I expected it from different angles, seemed clear which way was up, push it through once it's in, easy peasy.
I sat at the kitchen table, a few short feet away, knowing that Miranda would soon need to call on my expertise.
As I went to apply it, however, I became keenly aware that I had never put anything up there. A chilling realization came over me. I might not be able to do this, and the only one around to ask for help was my feminazi father.
Problem was, I hadn't actually given too much thought to the specific logistics of using feminine hygiene products. However, no problem. I knew that just my support would be enough to get us through this.
I have since suspected that the universe was having a good laugh. I lived at my mom's house half the time, and a first period there would have been peaceful and discreet. However, here I was with Mr. We Can Do It Dad on the other side of the door.
Miranda needed me. I must say, it felt pretty good to be the father whom his daughter would come to for advice on how to put in a tampon. But I was pretty calm, cool, and collected about the whole thing.
He was not.
Yes?
It won't fit.
I had read books. I knew to give advice in a calm and factual tone. Okay,
My dad channeled his best inner Dr. Phil.
try putting your leg up on the toilet seat.
I had to take my pants completely off now, nude from the waist down, with my father's ear pressed to the door. If that doesn't make all the muscles in your body clench up, I don't know what will.
I knew it'd be more difficult if she was tense. Thankfully, our strong bond would ensure that she remained relaxed.
To no surprise, the tampon was met by something resembling a brick wall.
So she called me again.
Yeah, Faja, it's not working. You could
Okay.
You could hear his voice slowing, as if calculating some theoretical geometry equation he'd never been asked to consider before. Then the words emerge that I will never be able to erase from my mind.
Okay. So, you know when you're masturbating?
Those words shook me to the core of my teenage being. And unfortunately, it did not stop there.
Okay. So you know when you're masturbating and you put your finger in your vagina?
No! I sincerely thought in my confused young head. But he continued.
Okay. That's why. Well, pretend the tampon is your finger and put it in at the same angle.
Words failed me.
I basked in the knowledge that I was now in a small, elite group of men who had actually bridged the gender gap.
There was no gap at all. From that point on, there's a series of hopeful instructions from the other side of the door,
Try lifting your leg a little higher.
and an increasing amount of panic, knowing that the longer I stressed about this, the longer this surreal experience would take.
Just relax.
But every time I thought I was relaxing a bit, my dad's helpful voice would chime in from the other side of the door.
Oh, hey, maybe try some lubrication?
And the gates would swing shut.
In the days and weeks following this event, I asked many female colleagues for advice, and I became fully prepared for many possibilities. Curiously, somehow, this remained the only time I was ever able to give concrete tampon insertion advice.
When I finally emerged from the bathroom, I had a nearly full box of tampons and a mask of shame.
Ready for the hot tub?
That was the most embarrassing moment of my life, period. Thank you.